Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scribo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today is Monday, April 12th, or Tuesday, April 13th, if you're in Australia, New Zealand. The moon starts the day in Aries and then moves into Taurus at, I believe it's 1:44 p.m. So in the afternoon. So yesterday we had that very powerful new moon in Aries. The new moon was very close to Eris. The new moon, the dwarf planet Eris, which was recently discovered. I believe it was 2006 when it was discovered. Originally named Xena, and then changed to Eris. Named after the goddess of discord and the sister of Aries. Not really sure why they did that, but now we have it. So Eris is a goddess. She's sort of an instigator. She is a rebellious goddess and a feminist for sure. And then we also have Venus was close to that new moon as well. And so this energy of the rising feminine, and of course we have Chiron in Aries, and there's been a lot happening with the Chiron in Aries as well. So we're dealing with our wounds. We're definitely dealing with our wounds of identity, our wounded masculine, our wounded feminine, and hopefully finding a way to navigate these very sort of treacherous waters. And of course, in my estimation, love is the answer to everything. So let's do our best to love one another. And if we can't love one another, at least hold a space for each other. Of course, that doesn't include holding space for people who are hurting you, or, any situation like that. You want to, of course, remove yourself as best you can, although that's not always easy. It depends on where you are. It depends on the people that you have around you, whether they can support you, and very much whether you can be supported even in the place that you live. Marianne and I were talking about Australia, and she was saying that the Australian government closed down a lot of women's shelters, which is so crazy. And then we had a couple of people commenting about how in their state that was happening. I live in Massachusetts, and they're very, very good about that stuff. They're very conscious. Of course, it's a pretty liberal state, and it is a pretty rich state in its tax base with technology and medical stuff, and unfortunately the military-industrial complex. I guess fortunately, unfortunately, I guess it depends on what it's being used for. But so today with the moon, once the moon moves into Taurus, it doesn't make any major aspects, but we can still sort of feel like it's time to get down to the working the soil. That new moon in Aries was about planting seeds of intention, creativity. What is it that you want to manifest? And then now, as things move into Taurus, and are other planets are going to be moving into Taurus. Venus is going to be moving into Taurus soon. The Sun's going to be moving into Taurus. Mercury eventually moves into Taurus. Of course, Uranus is in Taurus. We're going to have a lot of Uranian conjunctions, the start of Uranus synodic cycles with the Sun and Venus and Mercury at the end of the month. And so we will be moving into that sort of not really stabilizing Taurus energy. There is still the stabilizing energy of Taurus, but with Uranus in the picture, unusual out-of-the-box stuff. So it will be an interesting spring for sure. But spring is here, and we can see here in the garden that we have a few more things coming up. These are, I think those are lilies. And then you can see that this is the first, you can see that these are white tulips, I think. They're always the first ones up. They'll be opening, hopefully, in a couple of days. You'll get to see them. And we have all these sweet little flowers here. These little star flowers. And, of course, our lovely daffodils up there. And on the other side of the cars up there. And then over here. And a grape hyacinth popping up. I'm sure it smells great. Somebody asked me, are those such and such flowers? Do they have a nice smell? And I thought to myself, oh, there we are. I thought to myself, if I get down there and smell those flowers, will I be able to get back up without help? So sorry I didn't smell those flowers for you, but I know these smell. All right, guys. Have a great day. Generally a pretty good day, I think. Of course, I like the Taurus moon. It is very stabilizing, and hopefully today we can get some work done on the yard. But it's like there's some weather coming in. It feels like there's a storm brewing, so we'll see what happens with that. All right, guys, take care. Much love. I will get the astrology of the week out. I promised yesterday, and by the end of the day, I was pooped. So I'm sorry I didn't get that out in a more timely manner, but I will get that out today. All right, guys. Much love. Take care. Like and subscribe.